Merry Christmas! And your present for me is going to be my second episode in my Halo 4 Weapons Series guide, starting with the Storm Rifle, so let's get into it. And first of all, we're going to be talking about the background of this weapon, which, to be honest, isn't much, apart from the fact it was built by the Lowdam Armory, an elite van armory, and is affiliated with the Covenant Loyalists. So instead I'm going to tell you all about the in-game history of the few other fully automatic plasma-firing weapons in the Halo universe, the Plasma Rifle and the Plasma Repeater. So, starting off in Halo Combat Evolved, the Plasma Rifle seen in this game is more of an equivalent to the Assault Rifle in power, and even had the capability to stun enemies after a few shots. With the advent of dual wielding in Halo 2, the Plasma Rifle was significantly reduced in power, but still annihilated shields, which allowed for some very powerful melee follow-ups and Plasma Rifle SMG combinations. The Plasma Rifle also had a red-coloured Brute variety, which did increased damage at the cost of more frequent overheating. And the Plasma Rifle also had a Scarab Gun variety, found as an Easter egg, or several Easter eggs in Halo 2, which could quite literally fire the Scarab Gun. Needless to say, it was pretty good. In Halo 3, the Plasma Rifle served a very similar role to that of the one in Halo 2, and was arguably even more useful due to the introduction of other dual-wielded weapons such as the Mauler and the Spiker. Although the Plasma Rifle did appear in Halo Reach, where it had increased power, it wasn't really used as the main plasma automatic weapon because it couldn't take down health very easily because dual-wielding was gone. So as a result, the Plasma Rifle was replaced by the Plasma Repeater, which is probably the most similar counterpart to the Storm Rifle, because it too was designed as a counter to the Assault Rifle. Plasma Repeater also features the bloom effect of the Storm Rifle and a very similar aiming reticule. Oh, I love that. Reticule. Anyway, now moving on to my personal favourite part of this episode, it is the versus section where we pit the weapon in question against a similar type of weapon, and point out where that weapon excels over the other, but also where it falls down. Today I'm going to compare the Storm Rifle to the Assault Rifle, which is widely regarded as a very similar weapon in function. In fact, they both fire at very similar rates, have very similar damage profiles at 16 shots in total, with only a single shot difference for shields and health, and can both fire the same number of shots at each other before having to vent or reload, which is 32. And any of you out there who, doing a bit of maths, would realise that that means that in theory you can kill 2 people assuming all your shots connect in one magazine, or sort of, I don't know, plasma firing without having to overheat session. I have no idea what to call it. Anyway, where am I? However, the main reason that you would want to use the Storm Rifle over the Assault Rifle would be because after the Storm Rifle overheats, you can swap to your secondary, and then after about 3 or 4 seconds you can pull the Storm Rifle back out and fire it without actually having to vent it yourself, which basically is like an instant reload. Well, not instant, but you can still be firing whilst reloading your Storm Rifle, which you can't do with any human gun. The main downside, however, is the inability to place accurate shots even through burst firing due to the default large crosshairs and the inability to pick up more ammunition. Overall, this makes the Storm Rifle suitable for close-range, faster-paced engagements, but not against multiple enemies, and therefore the loadouts I'm going to recommend will capitalise on this strength. Okay, this is where my video changes from last time. Instead of just talking about everything and saying how it can be quite useful, I'm going to talk about the armour abilities I think are quite good with the Storm Rifle, and then I'm going to talk about loadouts based on those armour abilities, because frankly there are so many options in Halo 4 and it's really up to your playstyle how you choose the lesser things like tactical packages and support upgrades, but the armour abilities are often pretty set in stone if they're useful or not. Anyway, without further ado, Promethean Vision, vital in allowing you to spot lone players across the map and engaging them on your own terms, and allows you to avoid large groups and remain undetected whilst you're doing it. In fact, I was lying. When you do use Promethean Vision, what will actually happen is a red sonar-like wave will emit from your representative dot on your enemy's motion sensor, which will alert them to your presence, so prepare to be detected if you do use Promethean Vision. Thruster Pack allows you to thrust backwards quickly whilst throwing grenades at a given spot, and allows you to thrust out of the way of incoming fire behind cover. However, because of the slightly pitiful distance and long recovery time after thrusting, just using sprint and the tactical packaging ability will be often more successful in most situations. The regeneration field allows your shield to begin instantly recharging between fights, all whilst ducking behind cover, which gives you a great advantage in combat. Also, the regeneration field provides excellent team support in games like Regicide and Capture the Flag, and can be used in King of the Hill if you plant the shield just outside of the hill's boundaries. However, it does not provide protection from incoming fire, and in most cases it will not be able to save you if it is activated whilst you are taking fire. And it takes a very long time to recharge, which is understandably irritating. Active camouflage renders you almost completely invisible whilst you are either still or crouch walking, which can allow you to get very close to an enemy without him being aware of your presence, which gives you an almost uncountable advantage. Also, it scrambles the enemy radar, which will prevent them from motion finding you, but also allows your team to attack the enemy undetected, and can confuse them even if you are just running around firing plasma at everybody, as I am often inclined to do. However, full invisibility is lost while moving at even normal pace, firing weapons or taking fire, and the typical player is very, very quick to spot a camouflaged enemy at the slightest distortion of the camouflage. Jetpack gives you the mobility you need in a vertically favoured environment, which is incredibly useful seeing as how the storm rifle needs to be used in close quarters. However, it makes you an obvious target if used in open ground, and the storm rifle will not be able to return the distance fire that you will receive. Now we've finished all of that, we can move on to the actual loadouts I was talking about, which have been based on the armour abilities. So first of all, we've got the Promethean Vision class, which is based on the idea of hunting down your opponent and then killing them on your terms. So for this one, we've got the primary weapon being the Storm Rifle, followed by the Magnum, Promethean Vision, Plasma Grenades, Ability Tactical Package, Ammo or Sensor. I always like ammo because I love having more ammo in both my starting guns and my ordnance I pick up, but Sensor's probably better for hunting people down. And then for your tactics, you want to be locating individual enemies across the map, finding them on your terms, and killing them. Now moving swiftly on to the active camouflage class. Here we've got again the Storm Rifle as our primary weapon, followed by the either Bolt Shot or Magnum, depending if you prefer to camp or play more aggressively. Frags because they are less visible. Active camouflage, of course. AA efficiency, ammo or wetworks being for the person who really is into the whole sneaky ninja thing. And for your tactics, try to stay unseen until the last moment, and if that seems boring, run at people and hope that the radar scramble that the armor ability has will be enough to ensure your victory. Now for the more team-oriented class in our regeneration field loadout. Again, primary weapon is the Storm Rifle, followed by the Bolt Shot to rid yourself of people who wish to leech off your regeneration field. Plasma Grenades, because obviously they can kill someone in one hit, which is incredibly important in a regeneration field. Armor ability is the regeneration field. For your tactical package, shielding works in tandem with the regeneration shield to guarantee you maximum shield regeneration. Support upgrade, ammo can be quite useful, or awareness for knowing if people are around your regeneration field or when to put the regeneration shield up, because it has a very long recharge time. If you are playing tactically, I would recommend using the regeneration field in objective game modes to better support your team, or using it if you like camping with shotguns behind corners, because although newbie, it is pretty effective, although it will show people where you are. And as I said before, for the regeneration field to succeed, you really want something that can kill people in one go to stop people leeching off your shield. That is why I've suggested Bolt Shot or the Plasma Grenades. For the Hardlight loadout, I would recommend the following. For your primary weapon, you want the Storm Rifle, again. For your secondary weapon, the Bolt Shot, because you can then get it out quickly when your shield goes down to kill people before they have time to double melee you. And you want plasmas for a similar reason, so that if your shield goes down, you can just slap a sticky on their face, so they'll go down with you. For your tactical package, you want shielding, so you can capitalise on the time that you're not being fired at whilst you've got the shield up. And again, for your support upgrade, you really want ammo, because I just find it the most helpful, but obviously you may have something different. For your tactics, you really want to put up the shield to get into cover. put up the shield to protect objectives, or put up the shield to have a quick shield recharge during combat. Now moving on to the jetpack class, which is also probably the one I have the least experience with, because I haven't actually unlocked this armour ability yet. Anyway, I've centred this class all about getting from point A to point B as quickly as possible, and as a result, in it we have the storm rifle, then magnum or bolt shot. It just depends on whether you want to be shooting people from a distance whilst you're jumping from level to level, or whether you want to be running into people, blowing their heads off with the bolt shot. However, bear in mind the storm rifle is pretty good at close anyway. For your armor ability you want the jetpack obviously, and the tactical package you want mobility obviously, so you can sprint for longer as well as jetpacking. For your support upgrade I have had ammo again because I love ammo, and sensor, so you sort of know where to jetpack and or sprint to in order to kill people or get weapons or whatever. And your tactics, you want to be using this on vertically inclined maps pretty much only, because if you use a jetpack on open maps you will just be shot down. And mobility and jetpack give you the ability to traverse a lot more of the map a lot more quickly, and along with sensor it allows you to hunt down people all across the map that much quicker, which is a good thing. Ultimately, you should fear these paper bullets as they cut deep but are flimsy outside of their comfort zone. Oh yeah, nice quote. Anyway, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and if you're bored, have a look at this picture I made called Jingle Brains. And yes, I know, it's the zombie from the Plants vs Zombies game, which is made by PopCan and is technically a copyrighted image, but hey, it's Christmas and no one really watches these videos anyway, so, oh what the hell. Boom! Yeah, eat that bolt shot. Mmm, tasty. Plasma sandwich, baby. Yeah. 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 Anyway, see you next time.